Good morning, yogis. This is a class for when you want to wake up in the morning. We'll get started in child's pose. You could have your legs wide, toes touching, sit bones find the heels, and then you just walk your hands forward. Coming forward to any degree, easing into it. We tend to be a little bit stiff in the mornings. Eventually, we want our forehead to make contact with the earth. Maybe the forearms are on the floor. Maybe the arms are extended out in front of you. Maybe you plant the hands and lift up the elbows. You can make this as active as you like. You can tent the fingers, straightening out the fingers. Draw your attention to your belly. See if you can tone it in and up, and then let it go. Relax. Draw your attention to your chest. On your next inhale, open, expand in the ribcage. Exhale, lower the heart towards the floor. Draw the awareness to the forehead, which is contacting the earth. See if you can relax the face. Another way to practice child's pose is by having the thighs and the knees together, lowering down onto the forehead, and then releasing the arms by the sides. Tuck the chin into the chest and begin to roll up. Coming into Thunderbolt. If this is not comfortable for you, if this puts too much pressure on your knees, go ahead and transition to a cross-legged seated position. Really just any way that you feel comfortable. Another option, if you want to take it up a notch, is to introduce the little toe stretch, the toe squat. So just curl the toes under, and then we're going to sit back on the heels. Make sure that the belly is toned, glutes are tucked under, sit bone is rooting down into the earth while the crown of the head reaches for the ceiling. Relax the shoulders down the back. Face is soft. Gaze is level. Deep breaths. We're going to warm up the neck a little bit. I'm just going to turn towards you. Continue to sit however feels right to you. If you're on the toe squat and it's too much, maybe you come back down onto the heels. We're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Lowering, gently coming through center, and then over to the other side, very, very gently. Hold here. Re-engage the core to support the spine. Lengthening. Inhale. Exhale, coming through center slowly, mindfully. Inhale over to the other side. This time, reach away with your opposite hand and find some yes, no head nodding. One more. Allow it to feel really good. Over to the other side. Continue to engage the core. Reach with that opposite hand. And then nod your head yes and no, slowly. One more time. Good. Releasing, coming through center. Release the palms to the lap, lower the chin to the chest. If this is enough for you, hold here. If you like a little more, clasp your hands behind your head, maybe lowering the elbows towards each other. Very gentle pressure on the back of the neck. Inhale, open the elbows wide, open the heart, maybe find a small back bend and you look up. Hold here. Inhale, coming back through center. Release the arms down by the sides. Shoulder rolls. Forward, up and back. Find some intuitive movement here. Really do whatever feels good for you. Maybe you do one at a time. And then reverse it. Torso circles, isolating the rib cage. And then other direction. Good. Arms out to a T. Open your palms towards me. And then see if you can draw your shoulder blades together, really finding an opening in the heart and opening in the chest here. Inhale, maybe you find a small back bend, look up. Exhale, we're gonna round the arms, coming forward like you're trying to hug a tree. Exhale, fingertips touch. Inhale to open. Exhale, close and round. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, close. This time we're gonna hold here. Interlock your fingers and then try to pull them apart. And then finding an opening in the muscles and tendons between your shoulder blades. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears and then release them. Now pull the fingers apart. Really trying to get into the tendons and ligaments that are holding all those muscles to your spine. One more deep breath here. Drawing the elbows away from each other, opening through the back body. And release. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and find cat-cow. So beginning in tabletop, Brahmanasana, we're gonna spread the fingers wide, really spreading the fingers apart from each other. Tops of the feet find the floor. Spine is neutral. My neck is in line with my spine. I'm gonna press the tops of my feet into the floor. As I lower my belly and lift my hips towards the back corner of the room, I'm gonna look forward. Cow, Vithalasana. Exhale, push the ground away, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, cat, Marjariasana. Continue to link breath with movement. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 3 more. Exhale. 2. Awesome. Coming into supported side plank, I'm gonna plant the right palm. I'm gonna turn my foot towards the back wall and I'm gonna open up, stretching hands apart from each other. Neck is in line with the spine. Hold here and breathe into that side body. Press the mat away. Again, spread your fingers wide. Try not to dump your weight into your hand. Ooh. And we're gonna find some thread the needle, spinal twist. So inhale to reach, maybe you look up at your fingers. Exhale, we're gonna turn and twist towards the back wall. Inhale to reach. Exhale, turn and twist. Ooh. One more, inhale. Exhale, twist. Nice, good. Release, we're gonna switch sides. Oh, plant the left palm. Open up on the other side. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the back. Ooh. Inhale to reach, exhale, turn and twist. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Go ahead and lower the palms to the earth. We're gonna press back into a child's pose. Again, option to find that seedling child's pose. Okay. Whew. We're going to go ahead and find our first downward facing dog. Starting to get into the legs a little more. I'm gonna remove my socks here. So, starting with tabletop, all four hands and knees. I'm gonna check in with my wrists, make sure that my fingers are spreading nice and wide, planting the weight in the thumbs, distributing my weight evenly throughout my hands. And then I'm gonna curl my toes under. I'm gonna press the mat away as I lift my hips up towards the back corner of the room. I'm really trying to press the mat away and see if I can get my ears along my biceps. Feel free to bend the knees deeply here, especially when it's your first down dog. We're more looking for an opening in the shoulders as we start to warm up the upper body. Go ahead and walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. This is a really nice way to wake up the ankles and calves. The last thing that we're looking for is heels finding the earth. Lift the heels high, look towards your hands, and baby step towards the top of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. Clasp elbows. Maybe you have the knees bent here. I have pretty open hamstrings, so I'm able to do a full extension here. Maybe you swing side to side. Maybe you plant the hands on the floor and walk out your forward fold. This really gets into like the outer IT band. Good. Plant the hands either on the floor or your shins. Look forward, halfway lift, bow, fold. And we're gonna bend the knees, rising up to stand. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, palms to heart center. Opening up to the side, we're gonna come into a goddess squat. So my toes are pointing out about 45 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and sink down into this squat. Palms come together at heart center. I'm gonna press my palms into each other. I'm working on the Sanskrit for this one. I know that it's like Utthita Konasana, something like that, like upward angled pose. But in English, we call this goddess. So this is really generating some fire in the legs right now. Make sure that you're toning the belly button towards the spine, in and up. Shoulders are relaxed on the back. You could have your arms out to the side. You could have your arms up overhead. I'm gonna bring my arms out to the side. You wanna make sure that your knees are tracking over your toes. Go ahead and plant your palms on the inside of your thighs, and then we're gonna come forward, stretching the groins open a little more. We're gonna go ahead and lower one shoulder towards the earth, adding a bit of a spinal twist here. Maybe you turn and look over your shoulder. Switch directions. Other shoulder finds the earth. And switch, linking breath with movement. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. One more on each side. Good. Coming back through center, we're gonna add in some calf raises, heel raises. So starting with the left, lift and lower. Right, left, right, left, right, left. All right, here we go, both heels. Hold it here. Good. All right, I'm gonna lower to my left into Skandasana. Feel free to straighten that right leg. Coming down into essentially a side lunge. Feel free to lower the booty down to the earth. And then we're just finding a seated tree pose. So my right leg is extended, left leg is bent. Sole of the foot finds the inside of the thigh. Heading into Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Turn your torso towards your foot. Flex the toes towards your face. Knees facing the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head and the spine. Exhale, we're gonna paint the wall as we come forward. Flat back. Hands find the earth or blocks. I actually really like to use blocks for this one because it helps me to keep my spine in alignment. We're gonna hold here for a few breaths. Good. Walking the hands back up. We're gonna switch sides. I'm gonna shift over to the other side so you can see me. Extending my left leg straight. Right leg is bent. Seated tree. Turning towards my foot, flexing the toes towards my face. Nice long spine. Inhale to reach tall. And then I'm gonna paint the wall as I come forward towards my foot. Doesn't really matter how far down I go. We're looking for good alignment. Again, feel free to use your blocks here. And then eventually, with every exhale, you will lower and release. Allow your breath and gravity to be partners here. Allow the release to happen while you focus on alignment. Oh. Oh, nice. All right. Coming through center, we're gonna find a wide-legged straddle. Opening your feet as wide as you like. Coming forward onto blocks. Whatever it takes to keep your spine nice and long and straight. Inhale, nice and tall, long spine. Crown of the head reaches for the earth. Exhale, coming forward, paint the wall, flat back. Hands can find blocks at any height. Try to keep extending out energy through the balls of your feet. Try not to let your feet become totally, try not to let them lose energy. Down the belly, long spine. Maybe you walk forward. Maybe you allow your forehead to find a block. And then gently walking the hands back up. We'll get into the hips a little bit. So bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, nice long spine. Maybe you grab onto your feet. Maybe you just walk your hands forward. Crown of the head is long, long spine. Tone the belly. Inhale. Exhale, walking forward just a little bit. Very small movements. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, creeping forward. Continue to link breath with movement. Inhale. Maybe you shake out the flesh from under your sit bones as you exhale. Walk a little bit forward. If you're at your edge, just stay there. Breathe into any tight spaces. Maybe your forehead finds a block. Nice. All right. So from here, we'll do a little side body stretching. We're just gonna find a cross-legged position. I'm gonna place my blocks next to me. I'm gonna place my forearm on my blocks and I'm gonna reach up and over with the opposite arm. So I'm gonna really try to press up and out of my forearm here. Think about arching up and over. Neck is in line with the spine. Maybe your gaze goes up. If this is too easy for you here, you can ditch the blocks, coming down fully onto the forearm. Just try to keep both sit bones on the earth. Try not to allow the head to collapse. One more deep breath. Press the mat away. We're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna start out with my blocks here to support. I'm gonna plant my forearm and then reach up and over like a rainbow. Again, if you want to go deeper, option to lose those blocks. I'm just gonna get rid of one, see how that goes for me. This side is much tighter for me. Oh, there we go. Whew. Find what works for you and your body. Nice. Releasing. Good. I'm just gonna stretch out the arms a bit. So reaching the arms out to a T. Draw the right arm across the body and then press it towards you, stretching up that shoulder muscle. Good posture. And breath control. That's all yoga really is, just posture and breath, posture and breath. Whatever else you're doing is just transition. Inhale, opening, opening, and then switch sides, drawing that other arm towards you. Breathing, finding your posture, finding your edge, and breathing. Good, opening. Reaching up, 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 nice long spine, tone the belly towards the spine, drop the right arm. We're gonna stretch out the triceps here. So pressing into the elbow. Try not to collapse through the low back. We're looking for an opening on the back of the arm, neck, and a little bit in the shoulders. Maybe a little bit in the chest. Go ahead and release, we'll switch sides. Open, reaching the arms up, drop the left hand to the shoulder blade, and then press that elbow. Opening in the back body, the back of the arm, the left side of the neck. 2 more deep breaths. Awesome. Whew. All right, some quick shoulder circles again. And then reverse. Okay, reaching forward and then swim your arms around, clasp your hands behind you, finding an opening that's appropriate for you. If you can, extend your arms straight, magnetize the wrists towards each other, and find an opening in the chest. Maybe you find a little back bend, maybe you look up, maybe you release the neck completely. And release. Bring the connected hands to your hip, transitioning the elbow to the side. Look over your shoulder towards your outstretched elbow. Release everything back through center, hands on other hip. Point your elbow to the side and then look over your shoulder towards your elbow. Awesome. Opening up the arms, closing them together, pressing hands forward and together as you round the back, really getting into the back of the spine here. All right. Whew. We're gonna meet in a downward facing dog. So however you want to get there, transitioning onto hands and knees maybe. Curling the toes under, pressing the mat away, straightening those legs. All right. We'll do some three-legged dog marches, as I call them. So shift the weight into the left foot, reaching the right leg up and back, just a little bit, and then lower. Left side, reaching it up and back, and then lower. We're gonna do it 5 on each leg, so 4 more. See if you can go a little bit higher each time. 3. 4. Really pressing the mat away. 1 more. Inhale. Good. Okay, inhale, reach the right leg up and back, and then we're gonna come forward onto that toe, draw knee to elbow. If you can't do this, lower down to your knee and just do knee to elbow like this. But from downward facing dog, inhale to reach, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach, exhale, knee to elbow. We're gonna do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it through. We're gonna come into a low lunge here. Shake out the wrists a little bit. Do what you need to do. We're in a low lunge here. So there's about 1 million options of what you could do here. If you're already feeling it, great. Option to get the blocks involved, straightening out the spine. Option to lift that back knee off the floor. Maybe you tap it a couple of times, really getting the joint fluid going in that knee, really starting to open up through the hip flexor. Maybe you plant the hand and open up to the right. Start twisting towards the right. Starting to get into that spine. Inhale to come forward, exhale to twist. 2 more. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten out my front leg, extending it, curling the toes towards my face. My back toes could be curled under like they are now, or I can lower that foot down to the mat. Option to be up on blocks here at any level. I think it's best to have a straight back, nice long spine. So, I mean, if you need to come up here like this, I think that's better than having a hunched back, because when we have this long spine where the low back is engaged, I'm getting into those upper hamstrings. We don't want to neglect anything. So, really just trying to get into the back body from the ankle up through the top of the leg. If you like, you can come forward as you exhale. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, lower. Inhale to lengthen, tone the belly, exhale, lower. 1 more, inhale, and exhale. Good, returning the knees together. Ooh, we're just gonna press back into a quick child's pose. All right, returning to downward facing dog. We're gonna do that 3-legged dog sequence on the left side. So really spreading the fingers wide, curl the toes under, press the mat away, down dog. Lifting the left leg up high. Inhale to reach. Exhale, come forward. I'm gonna come forward a little bit, onto the toes, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, crunch. 4 more, inhale. Exhale. 3. 2. and one. Good. Drawing the foot forward this time, coming into that low lunge on the other side. So again, you do you here. Option to plant the hands. Make sure that you're still toning the belly towards the spine and you're not collapsing your weight into anything. Option to curl the toes under. Option to lift that knee up off the back floor. Option to rock back and forward. Option to plant the palm and begin to twist and look over your left shoulder. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to twist. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, twist. One more. And exhale. Ooh. Okay, getting into that hamstring. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten out that front leg and shift my weight back. Ooh, flexing the toes towards my face. Nice flat back. Again, if you need to come up onto blocks here, option to uncurl the back toes. Just make sure that you're not neglecting those upper hamstrings by rounding the back too much. You can actually feel if I extend or around. Option to come down on your exhale. So inhale to find length. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to lower. One more, inhale. And exhale. Lovely. All right, returning the knees together. Returning to that child's pose. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna get into the hips a little deeper. Starting in a downward facing dog, transitioning to three-legged dog to half pigeon. Three-legged dog. Right leg coming forward. Oh, knee to wrist. Scooting back. Lowering down. I'm okay, I promise. I'm gonna just check and make sure my back leg is nice and straight behind me. I like to come up tall, make sure that I can let go, and finding an evenness on both sides. Blocks are helpful here for finding your center. Tone the belly. Release the neck. Shoulders relax down the back. See if you can lift your back knee off the floor. It's subtle. And then maybe you lower down. Maybe you come on the forearms. Maybe your forehead finds a block. Coming up, releasing that hip. Good, and then we'll come back through downward dog and switch sides. Maybe you want to come into a plank pose. And then down dog. In your own time, lifting the left leg up and back. And then coming forward, knee to wrist. Oh, there we go. Swiveling that foot in and then scooting back until you find your hip opener. The hips will always surprise you. They are quite dense, different from each other usually. So you gotta really be patient and judgment-free, expectation-free. Try to find an evenness coming up tall before you sink forward. Ooh, there it is. Again, see if you can lift that back knee off the mat just a little bit. Carefully. See what happens. Okay, I'm gonna come down onto my forearms. I'm going to release my forehead to a block. So again, it does take some time, but they will open up to you. We're going to press back up slowly, mindfully, and carefully. And we're going to meet on our backs. I'm going to lay down in constructive rest, which means soles of the feet on the mat. I'm just going to gently walk back until my spine is long on the mat. All right. Ooh. Drawing the knees into the chest. Rock and roll side to side. Give yourself a little back massage. We'll just find a little spinal twist before we end our practice. So again, drawing the knees into the chest, arms come out to a T. We're going to just drop them over to the right side. Maybe use your hand as leverage to find your edge. One more deep breath here. And then switching sides, drawing the knees together again, drawing them into the chest, and then over to the left. Maybe use that left hand on top of your knees as leverage. And gently releasing, coming through center. We're just going to take a very brief Shavasana. Extending the legs out long, extending the arms out to the side. Really take up space on your mat. We'll just be here for 1 minute. Just as a signal, a transition to your body. giving yourself 1 minute to just do nothing. Deep breaths. Beginning to find movement in the body, circling out the fingers, wrists, ankles, toes, drawing the knees into the chest, one at a time. Hugging yourself. Ooh. All right, roll onto your left side, and we're gonna press up to a seated position. Sealing our practice by reaching the arms up and overhead. Drawing the energy down to heart center. I hope that you feel limber and stretched and refreshed and a little bit fired up. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in and for sharing your yoga journey with me. Hope to see you again next time. Namaste.